Come on, kid. Let's go. We're working out.
Come
All right, now we're ready. All right, welcome to the workout portion of the 7-day energy reset. Both workout A and workout B are full body strength workouts. All right, so workout A is a full body workout that mostly prioritizes your posterior chain while also building in some knee and ankle. I call it bulletproofing your knees and ankles. We're also going to do some push-pull movements for some upper body strength and also incorporating some balance and back and trunk stability. The format of these two workouts is the same. There's going to be 6 exercises, and you're going to do each of them 2 to 3 times. Now, whether you complete all 2 to 3 rounds of one exercise before moving to the next, or if you can create a circuit, whatever works for you, whether you're at a gym, at home, whatever you have access to, do what makes most sense to you. My recommendation would be to pair at least 2, 3, or even all 6 together into a circuit. But ultimately, as long as you get the exercises done, it does not matter. Do what works for you, do what you have access to. I will say on intensity, if you work hard, if you push hard enough to that you're gonna be sore tomorrow, you went too hard. So do enough work, be intentional about the movements, do enough work that you're gonna get stronger, but don't push. We're not trying to go to failure or do any hypertrophy work here. We're just trying to move and strengthen all of the muscles in the entire system throughout these 6 exercises. So exercise 1 is the ATG split squat. So the point of this is twofold. It is strengthening and extending the mobility of your knee and a hip flexor stretch as well. So this is a long, deep, full range of motion squat with your knees over your toes. So if you'll get into that, the full depth position, what this looks like. So Allie's going to lower herself into a long, so figure out where your body's going to be comfortable at full range of motion. Figure out what full depth feels like. And then your goal is to keep your back leg straight, your front heel planted, and then slowly and controlled drive that knee over the front of your toe. Slow and controlled, lowering and then back up. You're also going to feel that stretch in your opposite hip flexor. That's a good thing. So slow and controlled down, hold to get a minute of the stretch, and then slow and controlled back up. Perfect. If that is too difficult, if you feel any pain, any pulling, any pinging at all in your knee, again, the intensity should be that if you're going to be sore tomorrow, you went too hard. So this should feel kind of easy. If it doesn't, elevate your front foot so that you can keep your heel planted. So if you want to grab either way, either a step or a bench, even if you're just at home, you can use a chair and kind of lower yourself down that way as well to take some weight off. Same motion. Again, the back leg should be straight, the front heel should be planted, and it's a slow, controlled movement. Conversely, in the other direction, if you can go full range of motion and you want to add load, you're welcome to pick up a set of dumbbells and do this weighted. But again, if you feel any pain or any excess strain, drop weight, go to an easier variation. This should feel easy.
And as for the feet, just to figure out where you want to be within the split squat, you can shuffle within your first range of motion just as you're getting down and you quite realize. So as you're getting down and you realize you need to do a little shuffle, you started right here, you have the bend in your knee, you just figure it out. There's no science to it. Shuffle yourself until you find where you can have straight leg, knees over toes.
Perfect.
Because I have started this plenty of times where I think I'm at the right point, and you realize as you're getting down, you're not.
Yep. Last note, this should feel easy because you're not necessarily just training your quad. You're trying to strengthen all of the small tissue muscles in your knee, and that's what's going to make your knees stronger and more injury-proof later. So you're not, just because you can lift more weight with your big muscles doesn't mean your little muscles can handle it, and that's how you actually get hurt. So make sure this feels easy, scale it patiently over time. Anything else to add?
Seems good.
Sweet, on to the next. All right, exercise number 2, your basic push-up. So if you'll model the perfect push-up, keep your core and your upper body completely stiff as a board. Engage your core, engage your glutes, keep your entire body flat from shoulders to hips to knees to ankles, one straight line. You're going to drop down to your chest, letting those elbows come out to a 45-degree angle, and then push straight back up, just like that. You're going to do anywhere from 8 to 12 of these. So if you can't do 8 to 12 push-ups like this, strict on the floor, then feel free to drop to your knees, again, keeping your upper body super stiff, super strong, super core engaged. Or feel free to elevate your hands with something like a bench or a table as well. If you can easily crank out 20, 30 push-ups on the floor, feel free to either put a plate on your back or go over and just do normal bench press. If you are going the bench press route, again, make sure you're still, even though you're on a bench, engage your core and make sure that the strict motion is just in your arms and in your chest. Anything to add?
For anyone wondering hand placement of push-ups, because there are
Good call.
different variations. There's things that are intentional, but we're just doing basic push-ups here. So a good way to figure out where your strength point is as to having that stability is don't actually fall to your face, but pretend to fall. You could do this against a wall too. Catch yourself, and that's about placement of where you'd want to be. And again, knees are welcomed. I think he's already said it, but you don't want to be overly sore after these workouts. If what you do today keeps you away from tomorrow, then you're going too hard.
So, perfect. And then, the reason we're just doing a standard push-up is because it does engage your entire upper body, your shoulders, your back, your lats, all in one piece. Other variations target triceps, chest. We're trying to incorporate the entire body in this workout. So stick to something that engages the big muscle groups, not just small targeted muscles. Good?
Good.
On to number 3. We've got RDLs, Romanian deadlifts. So this is our first kind of hip hinge posterior chain exercise. You're going to want to stand with your feet just a bit wider than your hips. Good, strong, athletic stance. Start with a very strong base, strong engaged core, and then good, strong posture all the way up. What you're going to do, usually this is with weight, but we're going to start without weights just to get the posture correct and get the form right. What you're going to do is you're going to let your hips go straight back, and your hands, imagine your hands are 100 pounds each. So your hands are going to drop straight to the floor, and your hips are going to go straight back. See how Allie's back from her hips to her shoulders is as flat and as strong as can be? That's the goal. And then when you come back up, don't think as much about picking your chest up, but just pull your hips back in to center to stand up. So you should feel all of this in your glutes, in your hamstrings, the entire back of your lower body. If you feel any at all pinching, soreness, strain in your lower back, stop. Drop the weight immediately and go lighter. If it's enough of a workout to just do hip hinges, just do hip hinges. Focus on really squeezing your glutes, squeezing your hamstrings to bring the weight back up. You're not picking the weight back up with your upper body or your chest or your back. So with that, you can do this with a barbell or with dumbbells or even with a single kettlebell in front of you. And again, you're just going to drop the weight straight down, chop the hips straight back, and then squeeze your glutes, squeeze your hamstrings to bring the weight back up.
And with the weight positioning, especially just pretend you're scraping down your shins with the weight. You want to stay as close to your legs as you can with that.
Perfect.
So.
Awesome. Number 4, one arm dumbbell rows. So for this, we've got a couple of variations as well. We're going to do this in a bit of a specific way. Preferably, we would do these as a similar position to the RDL. You're going to do one arm, one dumbbell only in that same kind of RDL position. So go ahead and get into that hip hinge position. Strong core, strong base, strong back. Again, holding the weight in the glutes and in the hamstrings, not in the lower back. And then you're going to pull that weight from straight hanging down up to your elbow and back. Nice, slow and controlled. Really, really, really squeeze, trying to squeeze your shoulder blade up against your spine or even the other shoulder blade. Now, Allie's only got one weight because we want to also engage the core and engage everything and stabilize your whole body while you do this. So she's going to do all the reps on one arm and then switch the weight and do all the reps on the other arm as well. Really focus on the movement, focus on the squeeze of the muscles that you're using, and focus on stabilizing your entire body, especially in that bent over row position. If that's too much load on your lower back, feel free to either drop down onto your hands and knees and do rows that way, or if you have a bench, similar position, put your opposite knee and hand on a bench or on the ground and do your rows that way. That way you can focus on the shoulder motion here without the load of the lower back. Eventually, the goal is to incorporate the entire body, even though it's just a shoulder lat exercise traditionally. Make sense? Next to last, number 5, calf raises. So these are pretty straightforward. I like doing these, and I prefer to teach these in an elevated state where your heel can drop below your toe. So if you need something to hold on to for balance, and if you want to switch for this one, we can, but that's easier. So with these, with calf raises, again, try to stabilize your entire body and really focus on the stretch and the strength of your, I got you.
You need a stable surface.
See if that's enough.
It should be. That's what I used to do when I was up here.
There you go. So Allie's going to slowly and controlled drop her ankles and pause at the bottom so you get a little bit of a stretch, and then really squeeze the calves to lift your entire body back up and point your toes as strong as you can. So you're really fighting in both directions here, that full range of motion. So both squeeze at the top and the stretch at the bottom, and just keep it nice and controlled in between.
If you want to make a more difficult variation of it, if that's far too easy for you, you can also do it single-legged.
Darn right.
Make sure to get that same stretch. If that doesn't allow you to dip all the way down and get that full range of motion, stay at 2 feet.
Yep.
But also, if you can't get full range of motions, your toes might just be too far forward.
So you can, of course, also add weights to this, but don't add weight until you can balance. Focus on your balance first. Add weight later. 5 down, 1 to go.
Okay.
The last one is a simple side plank. So this is where we're going to get just the last bit of core stability focus out of this workout. We're going to finish with side planks. So if you will demonstrate side planks. You're going to be on a shoulder. Your elbow should be at 90 degrees directly below your shoulder. And then you're going to hold your entire body up as flat as a board as you can. So imagine if your spine could extend and end up right between your heels and be one long straight line. Try to keep your head in line, your entire spine, everything straight. A lot of people, when it gets heavy or hard, they'll try to really overcompensate and drive their hips up. That is what I would call not ideal. And then also, as it gets harder, your hip's going to want to dip into the ground too. Really fight and keep that core centralized and core stabilized, and keep yourself as strong and as stable as you can. So goals, 20 to 40 seconds a side, times a couple rounds. Again, this is another one, if you're not used to doing a lot of core work, it's really easy to overdo because it doesn't feel like a lot in the moment, and you can't walk tomorrow or can't sit up tomorrow.
Variations.
So, alternate variations, true.
You do not have to be all the way down to the heel, especially as you're getting into this and getting used to it. Give yourself a 90-degree angle and go from knees instead. It still engages this entire area. Once you're ready to move up from that, be balanced.
There you go.
That's full range. This is a beginner variation.
Other
And
variations.
Each side.
Yep. So again, work both sides. So left side and right side together is 1 round. Once on the right and once on the left doesn't count as 2 rounds. Other variations, if you want to use your hand and do a side plank like this, sometimes that can be an easier variation as an intermediate step as well. And then you're also welcome to add weight to your hip if you need a little more difficulty. But yeah, there's your 6 exercises for workout A, and let us know how it went. We'll see you tomorrow for cardio.
See you on the next one.